Every month or so, there is some new headline that they want to change James Bond. James Bond is a British dude, and they're always trying to change that. And so they're going to make him some other ethnicity, which I guess it's certainly more plausible than the other option, which is they want to make him another sex. So James Bond is going to become Jane Bond or something like that. And it always pops up on Twitter and then it kind of disappears, or it comes up in the news and then it doesn't really happen. But the producer of James Bond, Barbara Broccoli, has now finally opened the door to one of these possibilities. She says, no, James Bond is not going to be a woman, but he might not always be a man. Now, I'm no biologist, but I don't understand so here's what she says. I think we should be making more films about women. This is the answer. Will James Bond ever be a woman? I think we should be making more films about women. I think Bond will be a man. Non-binary, perhaps, one day? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I think it's open. We just have to find the right actor. Now, I can't tell here if Barbara Broccoli is being facetious, if she is peppered by this insane suggestion so often that James Bond should be a woman, that she says, no, not a woman. He's probably a man. Now, non-binary, is that a joke? Is that taking it into an even more extreme area, or is it not? Is she saying, as I think many people in the culture are saying, that no, he can't be a woman, because that would be so ludicrous. But what if men and women stop being like men and like women? And what if we pretend that there's really not much of a difference between men and women? And what if we pretend, even more absurdly, that someone can be neither a man or a woman, but some combination, or neither, or both? What about that? When guests come up to my door this holiday season, this is how I'm going to greet them. I'm going to greet them holding up these two gigantic knives to show off the incredible Japanese steel that they are made with. Kamikoto makes great Japanese steel kitchen knives using more than 800 years of traditional techniques from Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful wooden heavy-duty box. It makes sure that the knives are stored safely, and it makes Kamikoto a great gift. Each Kamikoto knife goes through a rigorous 19-step process that takes several years from start to finish to complete. The expert bladesmiths forge and shape raw steel into hardy blades, polishing and sharpening them to an excruciatingly fine edge. Each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto is so confident about their knives that each knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. I really strongly recommend it. Kamikoto is currently having a massive Christmas sale, and on top of that sale, you can get an additional $50 off any purchase you make with discount code Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S. So click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/Knowles and use promo code Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S, to save an extra $50 today. James Bond will not be non-binary. He won't be non-binary because non-binary does not exist. I'm not saying that there aren't people who mistakenly believe that they are any of these crazy categories, but the category itself does not exist. It is not real. It, like the hate crime against Jussie Smollett, is a figment of fevered imaginations. So James Bond will never be that. Furthermore, James Bond will never be one of these kooky gender things, because if the character known as James Bond is one of those kooky gender things, he will cease to be James Bond, because James Bond is a dude with a funny accent who has a license to kill and drinks martinis shaken, not stirred. That is who the character is. You can't go into the movie and replace James Bond with Luke Skywalker and say that Luke Skywalker is now James Bond. They're just different characters. They have characteristics. It's not possible. Even this line here, this first one, this very politically correct line, look, I think we should be making more films about women. But I don't think that we should take the male movies and the male characters and just pretend that they're women and have the women pretend to be men. Why do we need to make more films about women? Why? Why is that something we really need to do? Is anyone asking for that? Seriously? I know that people are saying that to sound politically correct and very socially acceptable, but does anyone really want that? I don't think so, because whenever those movies come out, with some exceptions, they bomb at the box office. Certainly when you take a property that I guess is not necessarily gendered, like Ocean's 11. I guess really, I think ultimately that is a man's movie, or Ghostbusters or something, and then they make it with women, and the movies are terrible. Or you make some, Captain Marvel, right? That was the one with the woman. I've only seen a handful of these Marvel movies, but the movie was horrible. And so you might say, well, even the superheroes are generally men. Okay, well, so this distinction is a little bit blurry, but all I know is this. Whenever you make a movie specifically to make more women movies, the movies bomb and they're terrible. There are plenty of wonderful women characters throughout all of literature and film and theater, but they're not the characters that you just shoehorn into there and really try to make a point. I think we probably have, during the golden age of cinema, we probably had the exact right number of women movies, or women characters or whatever. I think we had I think when movies were good, that was the right amount. And now that movies are terrible, we have some wrong amount. And you're not going to correct that by being even more politically correct. But the destruction of Western art is way worse than just trying to make James Bond have purple hair and a nose ring, and wear androgynous clothing. It's a lot worse than that. I'm glad you like that clip. I am. That makes me feel good, especially this time of year, Christmas time. I'm happy. I love our whole extended family here. If you want to get all the notifications, you got to ring that bell. Subscribe, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Type in The Michael Knowles Show. Subscribe for free. Leave a 5-star review. See you next time.